Hello, welcome to the EverQuest 25th expansion, the Burning Lands live stream. We're here today to give you a sneak peek at that, show off some of the cool new stuff that's coming, and return to the plains. So I'm Roxanne Sabo. I'm the community manager on EverQuest and EverQuest 2, and I have two familiar faces with me. If you want to introduce yourselves.
Sure, I'll go first. I'm Lauren
Lauren.
McLemore. I'm a producer on EverQuest and EverQuest 2. And
I'm Jonathan Carricker. I'm the lead designer on EverQuest Live.
Yes, so we have a lot to show off today. Like I said, this is the Burning Lands. This is going to be the game's 25th expansion, which is a little bit insane.
it's crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
25
Yeah.
expansions. That's a lot of content.
I don't know another game that's done
a
that.
lot of expansions.
Yeah, it's almost 20 years. EverQuest will be 20 years old in March, and
crazy.
25 expansions in that time. So we're returning to the plains this year with the Burning Lands. There's a new conflict going on that you guys are going to have to help solve, and it's pretty exciting. It looks pretty good. Do we want to talk about some of the new features that players will be seeing really quick? Give like a little rundown. We'll show them off later.
Sure, yeah. One of the biggest features that we've got coming up for this expansion, the thing that we're excited to talk about, is the new luck stat. So we are introducing a new stat into the game with this expansion called luck. It will increase the possibility that you can get a crit chance with a crit heal or crit dot or crit damage or crit attack.
How much gold you get.
How much
all
gold
sorts
you
of
get,
stuff.
Whether you will succeed with the trade skill combine, the success rates on various skills, and
all that good stuff.
and your ability to avoid an incoming attack. And one of the interesting things about this is that your luck stat on any individual given item is variable. So when you loot that item, the amount of luck it has can vary. It can be higher, it can be lower, it can be average. And if you want to improve that stat, you can get two of the same item and you can merge them together, and it will take the highest luck that they have and then increase that. It'll increment that by 1.
Cool. Yeah.
And that's gonna be super cool.
Yeah, that's the first stat that's been added to the game for
long
a
time.
long time. Yeah, so definitely new stuff. Obviously, there's going to be new zones, all the good new spells and abilities, new quests. All the standard stuff you'd expect. And today, as most of you have already found out, pre-orders for the Burning Lands are available now.
Yep.
Beta will be up. I don't know exactly
Probably
when. Soon.
shortly.
Yeah.
And then just
I think
as
they're
a-
working on it now.
Yeah.
They're getting it up right now. So you guys should be able to play beta today, and the game will launch on December 11th. So.
And just a reminder, I know you guys are all pros, so you know this, but to get access to beta, you have to pre-order.
Yes.
So make sure you hop in and go check it out and things like that. And obviously, you get a cool pre-order bonus if you buy before launch. And we've got all the cool different items available in the different editions and things like that. One of which is near and dear to my heart.
Which one that is?
The saddle of I think it's the lava snail.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But I have a soft spot for gastropods, so so I'm really excited that it snuck its way in there for me.
Yes.
It did. That wasn't what we were gonna go with for the mount, but so many people were excited about the snail when we first teased the snail as one of the models for this expansion, that we went ahead and made a new mount using the snail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have those items you want to show off?
I
We
do,
can
yeah.
Switch on
I'm
over.
ready to check that out in game if you are ready. Okay, here we are. So there's
where
one
is
of the
this game
familiars.
zone?
You can get this little guy.
The fire
one
slug.
of the two snails. I love his little.
He's
Is
a
that
shellless
a gastropod? Yeah.
Shellless. Doesn't carry his little home with him. So sad.
He seems pretty happy with that little wiggle. Yeah, so that's the familiar, which is going to be on the available with the collectors and premium editions. All this information is live now on the website expansion page. Ring of
Yeah.
Scale has departed.
So feel
and
free to follow along with us, and as you hover over those different items, they'll give you some rundowns about what they are, or if they have stats like the mounts, they'll tell you what the stat breakdown is.
the favorite mount right here.
Yeah, and obviously
Yes.
we always have the little video clips too. So if you miss something in here, you can always go check it out on the website, and we won't cover everything either. But this is my favorite thing ever in any game I've ever played. This is now
So
my
good.
most favorite. I love it so much.
So yeah, it is the lava snail with the lava shell and some fire burning here in the
Molten
back.
cracks.
It's pretty grad, yeah. Definitely a lot of snails going on. I keep using that snail gif in all our stuff online too because I love it so much.
Oh
It
yeah,
looks
yeah.
so good.
Watch his little mouth.
It's a little creepy, but you love it.
Do it.
That's adorable. I think it's cute.
Oh, don't let me down.
I don't know why people don't think they're cute. I think they're adorable.
The little,
Okay,
like,
he's not gonna
dance.
do it.
Oh,
Do.
trying. Oh,
Okay.
But yeah, this is the, and then this is the mount, obviously, in case you couldn't tell, that's available with the Premium Edition. So there's a lot, like we said, you can check that out. Do we have anything else we want to
Sure,
show off? There's a
the
couple
other
cool
mount.
things.
The carpet.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Perfect for
Relevant.
traveling the plane of air. Yeah.
Relevant.
Which
How
I
it
guess
floats
people
is
don't know that
very
story yet. but-
Unknown. It's very magical tapestry.
So if you're not a fan of the big slimy things, you can use the rug instead.
Can we talk about the beta item?
Oh yeah,
The
definitely.
beta reward. So like with other betas, if you participate and do enough stuff, and we're generally pretty generous with what enough is, you can earn a custom visual flavor item. This year we were doing a gin hat. This should look familiar for those of us who've been killing genies going all the way back to 1999.
Oh man.
And this is a Heroes Forge ornament or a hat, and like previous expansions, you can switch it back and forth.
And then the pre-order bonus, I'll just call it out, is the rock garden, which is kind of cool. It's a house item. I think it's really cool. It's very traditional, sort of. You got that Zen vibe. So if you need some peace and tranquility in your abode, you can drop this guy down.
I'm a big fan, honestly.
I love decorating, so I can't.
Oh yeah.
You're the one.
I'm the one.
The only one. I know.
Can't help it. You gotta have your holiday stuff. And I guess I'll do that call out really quick. Happy early Halloween. But
Oh yes.
also, Knights of the Dead is still live in the game as well, on live until the 6th of November, I believe.
That sounds right.
So be free, not be free, feel free to check that out, participate, grab any of the cool stuff from there. And then we've also got Fall Fun starting back up. It should be going live on Friday.
Thursday, I think.
Oh, Thursday, that's right,
Yeah.
the 1st. The day after the most beautiful Halloween of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that will include, I think it's double rare spawns and double factions, and then those bonuses will change up after the first cycle of bonuses, basically.
Yep.
So be sure to take advantage of all those fun things on live.
A lot going on to get you, well, with Fall Fun at least, to get you prepped for this expansion too. Yeah, so like we mentioned earlier, this expansion is available for pre-order right now. If you pre-order, you'll get access to beta, which should be up sometime today, probably while we're streaming. So we won't know exactly when, since we're all down here. But yeah, and you'll get that beautiful rock garden if you pre-order, and then these cool items like the... oh, here's another one.
This is another good one.
the illusion.
We've got this guy in the global file now, so not only can you get him as a familiar if you pre-order, but he's one of the... Or not pre-order, if you get one of the...
Expansion, basically. If you get him...
Pack-in editions.
Yeah, you can get the illusion, and then the cool part is if you like me, who it goes hand in hand with, I guess, decorating, you like matching. I love when my armor matches my mount or my illusion matches my familiar, so you'll have a chance to get a matching sort of familiar this year too. So should be super cool if you want to like run around as a little rock party.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's going to do the thing.
Matching outfit.
rock
It's kinda
party
letting
for
me
your
down,
rock
like-
garden if you pre-order.
All the puns
Sorry,
have
that
started.
That was awful.
Nice.
Started.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
I'll just go.
Oh, there he goes. Yes.
There he does.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. There, I kind of messed it up, but yeah, he'll do the thing when he idles where we'll pick up his head and spin it like a top, which is
They're like a basketball, right?
or like a basketball. Yeah.
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 I think people realize they're on TV now.
Oh no.
We've got.
Oh, does that mean betas open up?
Yeah, the people
That
who
looks-
are participating in the
right.
guild raid testing
Over
have
the
their
weekend.
keys, and they got it a little early.
Okay.
So
Mom, look.
Yeah. Wave, you're on candy camera. Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of the packet items are super cool, so feel free to go check them out. We all have our favorites. I'd love to hear what some of your guys' favorite are when you get in there and get your things when we go to launch. But yeah, I don't know if we want to switch out and get you guys kind of into game content,
can
so you
start
guys can check
exploring.
it out. Yeah, the environments, you know, I love the plans because they're just fantastical, and it's cool to get back in there
Yeah.
and see all those environments and architecture, and the stories are always fantastic too. So Gonna pass it off so you guys can get in and actually see all the cool stuff that awaits you in the Burning Lands.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for joining us up here.
Yeah,
Sounds
thanks
good.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cool. So we're heading back to the plains. I don't think they know the story yet. Quick rundown, won't give too much away, but the peace between all the Jinn is over. There's a war between the Jinn and the Afridi, plane of air and plane of fire, and you gotta come in there and. Oh, now we pull up Lauren now that she's gone. Sorry, you gotta come in there.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right. Yeah, this is they have the same hairdresser.
Yeah, I was joking about that earlier. But yeah, it's up to you to come in there and find out what happens.
Sorry.
Let me go ahead and switch over to both of you guys now. For now, I don't know
I'm sure that's
what
exciting.
you want to show off. These models are really cool.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get these Jinn models, and we got a whole bunch of different variations of them in various elemental types. So there are
All right.
the red gems from the elements of fire, and the blue ones from air and water, and so on.
Yeah, they look really cool. Where do we want to head first to go and show off? I have a couple that I wrote down, but whatever you guys are, whatever zone we want to show off, explore
battery
through.
power. My battery power is at 15%. So
Oh.
if I'm going to read any of this, it'll have to be quick.
Super fast story time.
Yeah, I don't know. Go wherever you want. I'll just talk over.
That's
is that
fine.
right?
Do we
Sure.
wanna
Yeah.
explore?
I'll.
And just shout out when you see something fun, because I'm just going to read this phone. So the story starts with, of course, a Jinn, as you can see, asking you guys to help stop a war between the Afridi and the Jinn, which is a thing that doesn't happen. You might want to just wander around or maybe go to smoke or
We're in
something.
the-
Oh, sure.
Okay.
And so he explains to you how the Jan were created. So just to get the terminology correct, Jan is all four species of elemental humanoids that we call Jinn, Ifrit, Duende, and Ondine. And they were created to negotiate between the planes. So the elemental planes of power, are constantly in conflict. Water puts out fires burn up air, that sort of thing. And the places where they conflict causes trouble, causes the realms to be destroyed. And this, between those two planes, so for example, between the air and fire, you have this, which is the plane of smoke. You want to fly out and look around or something.
Got the rock familiar.
It basically is the ruins of the two participating elemental fighters. So in this case, again, fire and air. And what happens is, after enough fighting, the gods of power realized that they were destroying their own realms. So these planes, these intermittent planes, these planes of smoke and planes of steam and whatnot, called the planes of conflict now, are eating up their own realms. So they decided to stop fighting for a little while and try to figure out what's going on. And all this happened long before, in ages past. About the same time mortals were coming into the world. And so while they were trying to figure out how to stop the fighting and prevent their own worlds from being destroyed, they noticed the mortals, and don't step on that.
Is that bad?
It's not bad exactly.
That was the thing I wanted to do.
Oh, all right.
Why wouldn't I step on it?
I don't know. Maybe you're afraid of heights. Anyway, so they noticed the mortals, and they thought, well,
Oh, that's why.
That's why.
and then you
Why
died.
didn't you tell me?
I
Why didn't you warn me?
Mortals not welcome.
I think maybe I did.
It happens.
So they noticed the mortals, and they noticed that these were, first of all, they're beings of two types that get along together, sort of. You have male and female, and they fight, but they get along more or less. Plus, they're a different species, and they fought, but they also knew how to get along at times. It's something that the elementals did not know how to do. So they went to the gods of influence. So the gods of power are totally different than the gods of influence. Gods of influence are all about mortals and creatures and living things, and whereas the gods of power are just elemental forces. They don't have a lot of much of anything really, just a lot of fire and water and whatever. So they went to, they thought, well, let's make those. Let's make some mortalish type creatures, and they couldn't. They don't have the right kind of power to do so. So they thought, well, let's ask some of these gods of influence to help us. And they thought, well, Rallus makes a bunch of guys, but his people are all about war, and that's the thing we're trying to stop. So no. Thought about asking Karana, but of course, she just makes, or not Karana. Wow. Tunair. I wrote down the wrong word. But she makes animals and elves, and not so exciting. So they went to talk to Brel, and Brel made for them molds out of the clay of Cosgrove, and they made molds in the shape of mortals and said, here, take these, put your power into them, and you will make creatures that will be sort of like the mortals that we make, as close as you're going to get. And those were the Jinn, the Jan, the Duende, and Ondine. And their job has been to try to keep the peace between the elemental planes, and also to, since they're partially mortal, to deal with any relationships between the elemental planes and the mortals. Now, all this happened a long time ago, and then there was an invasion on the plane of Earth, and everybody got upset. And so they kind of cut off relationships with the mortals there are a couple of reasons. Their rules are complicated, and mortals figured out how to follow the rules and learned how to trap Jinn, the whole Jinn in a bottle, Arabian Nights sort of story. And that also made them a bit angry. So they decided to cut off the mortals, which is the state we found ourselves up until recently. Oh, sorry, phone. And then they, one Jan, a Jinn, in fact, comes to Earth, to Plane of Knowledge, in fact, to ask for help because the war has started again. And that's how you guys all get involved. And you get to explore the whole mess that is the relationship between the Afridi and the Jinn and their cousins.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely pretty exciting. I was reading a lot of the lore earlier, and it's definitely going to be... It's hard to say fun, because it's all like, the war, but it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That just sounded weird. I was like,
Yeah,
fun
excitement without conflict.
Yeah.
Well, that's Nora.
Exciting. Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go. Yeah, really excited to return to the plains again as well. Do you want to show off maybe another area, zone,
Yeah,
palace?
let's go to
Start in
Esianti.
Plain of,
Or-
yeah.
Yeah, Esianti and Alshar probably. the
Esianti.
top.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay, let's go to Alishar.
I don't know how much time we have left, so.
I mean, we have as much time as we want to have.
Excellent.
They're always suggested. Go ahead and load in there. Just a reminder, too, for anyone that might be joining us a little bit late, because I know people do that sometimes. This is the Burning Lands, the 25th EverQuest expansion, which you can pre-order now, and it will launch to live servers on December 11th. So, not too long.
It'll be here before we know it.
And if you pre-order,
For
yeah,
all
you
of
can
us.
already hop into
Mhm.
beta. I believe someone said beta servers might be up already.
But we're on it.
Oh yeah, duh. We saw people in here, right?
Yeah.
Well, now unlocked to the more public, I
Right,
guess.
That's a different story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is what that was. So yeah, you can hop in.
Yeah, we
now.
always appreciate people coming into beta and lending a hand, running through the content, letting us know if anything's broken, letting us know if you find any bugs,
Yep.
and we will do our best to address those as quickly
Yep.
as is possible.
And if you're new to
Yeah.
beta, there will be some instructions and an FAQ going up on the site, like right after we're done here. If you pre-order, those instructions are already on the forums, but you can only access the beta forms if you do have pre-order access. Otherwise, those instructions will be up on the web right after this live stream ends, as fast as I can run back up to my desk.
So just to sort of explain what you're seeing here, this is the realm of the Afridi. This is called Al-Shai. It's where their throne and their capital is. And all of them have built these, I don't know, call them housing, effectively, for the other races. So that all those ground holes in the ground or whatever were built for the Duende when they visit, when their emissaries come through. There's places for the Jinn, there's a place for the Ondine, and there is also a place for the mortals, though that is usually empty. That's some of the Ondine.
Sulphur Springs.
I
That's
really
nice.
love these.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite thing. If you head toward the center, that's where the palace is.
Okay.
And so all of these, their realms are built around a place where they can meet and have
I don't have the
discussions.
map,
And in this
so-
case, it's a palace.
Let's just go to the center.
Sure.
Not a bad
I see
place
you
to
did
start.
not download my horrible maps.
No, I don't have any of my hotkeys or anything. That should be the center of the zone. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Ah,
Oh, no.
Don't stand in the fire, sir. This is the whole point.
The very center is the fire. There we go. I really like this. This is also the image we've been using for all the stuff with the name on it. I mean, this is what you'll see a lot of times. I don't know.
I feel like this is where we should call out our artists.
Call them out.
Shannon Purnell and Kevin Leidy and Alan Bond. And am I forgetting anybody?
we get some help from Aaron
Aaron,
Bisnet, and we get help from Dave Brown and
Character models, yeah.
Yeah, the models look super cool. I think they're probably my favorite part, especially the new.
yeah, the new Gen are great.
Yeah.
Big fan of the stuff.
Yeah, to mention that is the pack-in item mercenary visual.
Oh yeah.
Or the Gen.
Oh, I thought you liked
the
mercenary castle.
contract
That's
of the
weird.
Jan.
Mercenary castle.
It's a red Gen, right?
Yeah, there's different ones depending on the kind of mercenary that you get. Different
Oh,
mats.
okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
You know, you're a GM. You can run very fast.
Oh, I just didn't want to make anybody sick.
I do that to myself
Still a
all the
couple of
time.
ducks. We've got new models for these guys, but they haven't been set yet. But soon.
This is where we emphasize this is beta.
Yeah.
Things aren't perfect yet.
Yeah.
Got a couple of dugs here and there.
And again, please post on forums if you see issues. Send in bug reports.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do our best.
Yeah, every little bit helps as we.
Yeah, if you look left, you
That
see the front of the castle,
There
which
we
is my
go.
favorite part.
Yeah, that's the image you'll be seeing a lot of on our social media and everything the next month.
Yeah.
I mean, how could we not use it? It's pretty awesome, especially with that I don't know, smoke or steam coming up. I think it's steam. Science, whatever it is, it looks cool.
Yeah. Again, props to the artist, because all I usually do is write down a vague note saying "need palace, put stuff." They do all the hard work.
Fire palace, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
And then I guess you go inside. The inside's pretty
Yeah.
cool too, if you can.
Look at
The
that
door may not open for you.
Just run through it.
Yeah.
There.
Cheater.
Full force
Cheat
ahead.
mode.
So I just love the imagery. It's really
Oh yeah.
fabulous. And I use that word a lot lately, so I've stopped. And then the throne room is beyond that door.
Bust it
And
down.
the door is
Oh,
locked,
nice.
Oh.
so
Yeah.
Sneak peek in here.
those pillars are
Awesome.
part of my favorites.
Fabulous.
Oh yeah, look at that. They got some like bleeding lava coming down on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Lava
that's
don't
nice.
bleed.
Lava don't bleed.
That's
They're
Is it
alive.
flow?
yeah,
Okay.
let's flow.
The lava flows. Yeah, really
Yeah, I like
cool.
those. The particle elementals are cool.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
And
Cross
then,
EQ, EQ2. Those are always my favorite. Both games.
and do we want to hang around here, or
We can keep exploring.
Sure. We haven't looked at Essianti yet, or
I can
Miratus.
never say that word.
You want to
Right?
see either one of
Yeah.
those? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm probably mispronouncing that.
no,
so
you're fine.
apologies.
You're good.
Essianti sounds
You're
right.
good.
Essianti, Essianti.
It's not Yixta. So
Oh yeah, it's not all X's and
I cannot. There's one
There are some
name I
vowels.
C's and
just
Z's.
never say right, and I can't even remember what it is because I don't know how to spell it
Probably-
either.
no one does.
I love you're all sitting in a room and someone's saying one thing and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And you're like, "Oh, this." You say it like this, and you're like, "Yeah, that one." I've had that happen.
yeah, I really thought Luckland was Looseland when I came here. I was so confused
Did you
as to
Did
why.
you get slapped when you?
Yeah.
So this is Essianti. It's the palace for the Jinn, and for example, this is the housing they've built for mortals. Yes. It's one of those things where they're building their style, trying to make it comfortable for people they don't understand. So it's a little bit stark and a little bit. Oh no, this is the Earth place. I'm sorry, this is the Duende dwelling. My bad.
Dwinde dwelling.
I'm very tired. This
Say that 3 times
It
fast.
happens.
So yeah, and their place again. There's a palace that they built for the Ifrit for the Ondine.
It's probably
The
good wall.
Ondine is mostly just waterfalls, and it's actually pretty cool. I would say open the map and go there, but you don't have my map.
Is there anything I can go to that'll take me there?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
That's the Afridi
There you go.
palace again, built with the same general style that the Jinn use, but in colors they thought the Afridi would like. So. And again, this is another case where I'm like, I said basically just that to the artist, and they go, all right, and they made
Cool.
this pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely done a great job. I think there's going to be, it looks like 6 new zones, 6 expansion zones.
6 and a mystery. It's
So
not.
definitely a
And
lot
there's,
to explore.
It's not a box item.
There's some returns to the Plane of Fire, not
Yes.
as a static zone, but for missions.
Yeah, you get to go to Plane of Fire, and again, it's all elemental stuff. So,
Elemental planes.
and then we could show the Maratas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I
Marathas.
meant to write that one down and I didn't for some
That's
reason.
the one that most people can't pronounce. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and I wrote it.
If you say it with confidence, then
Yeah,
that
no,
becomes
that's
canon.
how it works. It's,
Yeah,
I learned that.
How about that last word there? It's domain, right?
Yeah, domain.
Domain. Looks like
Don't go in there.
Demesna.
Don't step in the light. Don't step in the light.
No, don't go to the light.
Carolyn!
Jonathan, no.
So I would explain that, but that's part of the secrets of learning how to get around here. But excuse me, I have a cough off the mic.
Oops, that didn't help. I just got
There you go.
too fast.
So again, this is the Duende, the Earth Jan's house, and it's split into wings, where I think you're in the. I have to see the.
That's a yellow wing, right?
You're in the air wing.
No, it's not yellow.
You can tell by the markings on the wall. So they're and the
yeah.
lamps.
There
There we go. There we go.
I was
And the
gonna say
lamps. So you notice those lamps are the same ones you find in Escianti. See, we do know about consistency and stuff. And this is all mostly inside. It's supposed to be inside a big cavern. But then, they, of course, not liking open spaces, they enclose everything in because they are earth creatures. And if you head somewhere, I don't even know where you are.
I feel like I'm on the
Lost. Oh.
periphery. There's a woot.
Now you're
we're
suddenly in the
in the
fire
fire
realm.
ring. You can't do that, though.
There we
Sell
go.
that secret on eBay. Yeah, so again, it's all built in their own style, but trying to make it comfortable for the people they're inviting over. Let's see. I think left is the moral space. It's all cave houses. It's sort of like doors built in, but earth creatures. I really love the murals on the walls and the uneven levels of the play field here.
You got one for all of them.
Little Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Oh, if you want to show the rock garden, it should be
Oh, was it here? Okay.
follow the yellow lights.
Follow
Go
the
down there.
yellow lights. Don't step into the light, but follow.
Follow the yellow red lights.
I
This
think you
way?
just go straight, yeah.
Okay.
It's right there to your right and or left,
I'll keep an eye out.
I hope.
It's an adventure.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So this is the earth wing, the wing they set aside for themselves. So there's rock gardens and
Oof.
yeah, that guy doesn't care about you.
Yeah, that
Just
rock
walk right through you.
the rock garden is the pre-order bonus. Again, reminder: pre-orders are available now for EverQuest 25th expansion. You can hop into beta as well today. Now,
I like how
There
you're
are people
looking
here.
at it, but you have
But,
to pull
yeah,
it up on the previous screen.
you gotta
They look the
check to
same.
make sure. But yeah, definitely exciting to be returning back to the plains for the first time in who knows how long.
Yeah.
A long time.
I do have to say I like the story for this one. It's not as
Oh yeah.
it's not as save all of Norath as it has been in the past, but it's a little more intricate, a little more personal, I guess.
Oh yeah. I like it. I like it a lot too. I mean, it feels different, I think.
Right.
But good different.
That's kind of what we're going for, is
It's-
just a departure from the world is going to end.
Yeah,
Sounds
no,
a
it's
little too much.
definitely
Yeah.
definitely a story. Definitely a I know that sounded oh god, that sounded
Yeah,
bad.
no, I did
Laugh
think
at me. It's definitely
yeah.
a story you can get into. It's got, it's specific players and it's not just
I'm
like
happy.
everyone and everything.
Yeah, I think there's some
What
more
I meant.
subtlety to it. Not every story can be like the world is about to
Yeah,
end.
no, I like
There's
it.
3 minutes left on the clock, and only you
I'm
can say
totally
that it's
happy
kind of-
with it's actually
cliche.
a story, because
Yeah.
that's a
It
compliment.
makes sense,
That's a
right?
compliment, honestly.
No, it made sense. It's intricate. It's got its specific players. Each one has a motive. There's certain things going on, and it's not just like everything is terrible. Oh no, please help.
I mean, some
Which
things
is
are
great sometimes. Don't get me wrong,
some
but
stuff is still
I like it.
terrible, but not
we-
all the things.
But
we
not
had some dice
all
you
the
could
Nora
roll to
things.
like design an expansion for a while, and it was like caves and Mayong and
Lauren's
Someone's
favorite
building
is
an army.
noun of noun.
Noun of
Noun,
noun, yeah.
Someone broke out a while ago, too.
And it's not even
Aw,
noun of noun,
dude.
the Burning Lands.
Yeah, that's true.
Not a ring of scale or a
Another
thing of
challenge.
thing.
Another challenge I gave the artists, which they really don't like me doing, was, hey, we need art that represents elementals. Go. And
That's so broad.
yeah, no, it's horrible. I'm like, quick, make something. And they came through. This is Kevin Lighty.
Yeah, that's nice.
Looks really cool.
Yeah, because I think the artists will know what looks good, so you don't have to like
yeah.
over.
No, the worst I could do
explain
is
what
try
you
to
want.
describe it
You just-
myself, because I'm
yeah.
terrible at all this stuff.
Totally fair.
Do we have any questions we can not answer?
We might have some. Do we want to? I know we already talked about the luck stat, but if you want to run over again, there's more people in here now.
Yeah, I don't
That's a
understand
good
it
idea.
at all. So
If
let
Jonathan
Jonathan
wants to, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Revisit.
to reiterate, revisit, we've got a new stat going into the game this expansion. That is the one of the biggest features, but probably the biggest feature we've got for this expansion. Where on items now, some of them will have the luck stat, which will increase your likelihood to avoid an incoming attack or to get a critical on a heal or a spell or a melee attack, or increase your likelihood to succeed at a trade skill combine, to loot more coin when you're looting coin from an NPC, and a few other things too. And there's more. And when this occurs, you will see that you got a lucky occurrence. The interesting thing about luck is that it's not always the same. Sometimes you are more lucky than others when you loot an item. The amount of luck that's on a given item can vary. So not every cloth cap of greatness will have the same amount of luck on it. But if you have 2 cloth caps of greatness, you can combine them together, fuse them, and it will take the highest luck value of those 2 items and increase it by 1 and make a better item.
Yeah. So all new stat. I think me and Lauren were trying to figure out the last time a stat got added to this game. We weren't
This
Heroics.
which was
A
like
long
a
time
decade
ago.
ago.
long before I
ish,
was
give or take.
here.
So yeah, it's fun to be able to find a little design space
Yeah.
and put something cool in there.
Definitely a really cool
Yeah.
new thing.
Another good place to shout out is our code team, because not asking to put a new stat in a game that's 20 years old is another one of those you should not do that, but we did.
Yeah.
So
Plenty of snails, plenty of new zones to explore, plenty of new missions, raids, quest spells, all that stuff. AAs.
I'm excited about the
They
new
live
raids.
here.
We're going to be testing those soon. TM. I'm excited to start digging into those.
Yeah. Definitely a lot. Someone asked, will luck go on to previous expansion items?
I do not think that we're backfilling it
Yeah.
to other older items. This is going to be a new stat in this expansion and going forward.
That makes sense.
Well,
That
good-
would
good
be
question, though.
an undertaking. Every single item in the history of Norath forever.
Roll up some luck on it.
I'm terrible at
Any other
driving.
questions from the peanut gallery?
There's a couple. Collectibles. There will be new collections.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
correct. Mhm.
Yes.
Well, that
I
was
don't
easy.
think Fippy making an appearance. I somehow
No.
doubt it.
Not in this expansion.
Not on the planes.
No, he's
Not here.
hanging out with Mayong, which is not in the picture.
We didn't roll the Mayong dice, so.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
didn't
kidding.
come up this time.
A lot of questions about luck. Is there max luck you can get on an item?
Yes, yeah. The items that have luck do have a maximum luck on there, so it's not like you can keep combining them forever and keep increasing that stat forever. And I believe that the UI will show you what the maximum luck is on that item. So if it maxes at 5, it'll say X out of 5.
There you go. Let's see.
the least practical towers in the universe.
Well, I don't want to tell you who we're fighting. I don't want to give story spoilers. We just talked about how good this story
Well,
is.
it's
You'll
these
find
guys.
out.
Some Jins.
Here, this guy
you
right
will,
here. That
There's a
guy.
lot of
He's the bad guy.
that
yeah,
one.
you will be
Just
fighting
left.
elementals.
Oh, this guy's
and
cool.
Jin
This guy's a jerk.
and Mephits and Armor
Oh, hey, I know you.
and more Jin and
Yes.
Golemses.
What else we got in here? No level cap increase this expansion.
That's correct. There will be new spells
Yes.
and new AAs,
Mhm.
but no level cap increase this
Yeah.
expansion.
Y'all already got one last year. Was it last year? Yeah.
Yep.
Was it 2 years ago? My life is blurring together.
Yours and mine both. I really love these towers. This one's just
They
gonna
look
Yeah,
awesome,
good.
just floating through.
I feel like we need a little less fog, maybe.
I kind of like it.
I can't see my towers.
Some jelly. Since I'm floating, he's got a little sideways action.
Yeah, just in
The
case there weren't
NPCs
enough
really pop.
spiders.
And,
This is from my buddy on the code team, Josh. Big spider.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember the anniversary stream. We just fighting spiders, and I was just giving him the worst
Oh, that's
time.
great.
Yeah, I think on one of our whiteboards it says a spider a day keeps the Josh away.
Yeah, cool. There's about a million questions. Feel free to answer them if you see them
Oh, sure,
flying
yeah,
by.
let's-
Let me get my old land glasses out.
There we
I
go.
love how you peeking.
There you go.
Um,
So we just
never
got
stop,
these
though.
dudes. We're going to be replacing some of the Dougs in these zones with elementals.
So somebody said they pre-ordered and wondering how to get in. There will be FAQ
yeah,
up soon.
beta's instructions FAQ will go up like pretty much as soon as. Okay, give me like 10 minutes to like get back up to my desk, but pretty much as soon as we're done here, that'll go up. If you have pre-ordered though, and you can get into the forums, the beta forums, it'll just be a lower section on the regular forums. Instructions are already in there. If you're not sure if you want to pre-order yet, but would still like to look at the expansion instructions beta instructions and know what's going on, those will be on the website right after this.
There are new trade skill stuffs. I don't know the details. That's all
I don't have
Adam's
details
ingress
either.
problem. But
there
yeah,
are.
it's basically 110. Sorry, I'm not reading the questions. I'm just answering them. 'cause
Oh,
I'm
No, that's
super
totally fine.
Oh,
lazy.
yeah. Yeah,
I
what-
do the same
what's
thing
110?
sometimes.
Your temperature?
Yes, that too.
Cool.
I guess in theory you pre-order and then you get beta access, then you can log into beta. But I
Yeah.
don't know if that's all set up yet. So we can check that out when we get back to our
I
desks.
think it should be.
This is all high level content. Someone
Yeah.
asked if there was going to be low level content.
I just noticed Adam Bell is
Adam-
Bell is
oh, yeah,
answering
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
new
questions
trade
for
skill.
us.
Yeah, there
Awesome.
you go.
So
Adam Bill's Bell.
Yeah,
I read
that
the word
guy.
trade skill.
that's
Adam
okay. If
skill.
you type Brell in my phone, it says Bell. So I assume there's a relationship
In
there.
here answering the trade skill questions. How many raids? A lot.
No,
I
luck
don't
does
know.
not affect your roll for loot.
And someone's asking to replace elemental pets with the new elemental models. That's an interesting idea.
Cool. I think we covered kind of a lot. Questions will
There's a
never
question
end.
about number of raids. It's the same number as the last expansion. There's 8 new raids coming.
There you go. Definitely a lot to explore. Again, friendly reminder because I like to reiterate, this expansion will launch on December 11th. Obviously, like we've been talking about, pre-orders beta available right now. There's a cool rock garden pre-order item you can get if you want to pre-order. And all the cool little items we showed off earlier you can also see them on the expansion pre-order page on the website. Yeah, a lot to explore. Going back to the plains, I'm gonna go ahead and switch this over, but you're not Lauren.
There are no.
Boom.
We didn't do
There you
heroic
go.
adventures this time around. I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm just answering random questions. Talking over
No,
people.
that's totally fine. We'll get a picture of the what am I trying to say? The beta reward too. That'll go up probably later today as well. Little bit after the beta instructions go up, but we'll get that up. It's the gin hat, so you can blend in with all the gin.
Someone pointed out that Ring of Scale had 9 raids. Maybe I was incorrect there. Because that sounds right. I think Ring of Scale did have 9.
That's almost a year ago.
I know.
I have no
Well,
That was a
idea.
Time.
lifetime ago, right?
We're all Burning Lands now. Cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna go and sit here all day answering
Yeah, or
questions.
just
Some of
reading.
your
Just sit here and read. for
I
an
know.
hour.
Yeah, this reading.
a lot of
chat.
your questions will be answered soon, whether you're hopping into beta or on the forums. We'll be around on the forums, the beta forums.
Hey, people like your shirt,
Obviously.
by the way.
They do.
Yeah, this is
Had
a good one.
Surprise, huh?
I like
Look at
my
it.
shirt too. It's a pretty cool one. But yeah, Cool. Thanks for joining us today. Final reminder, Burning Lands launches on December. That was very throw off the
Sorry.
glasses. No, I love it. Burning Lands will launch on December 11th. Hop into beta now. Join us. Help us polish. Get rewarded with this gin hat. We really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone hanging out. And we're really excited to return to the plains.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming.